how many of you have had this experience? Usually it's for city dwellers. You're waiting for the bus. This is before you were able to afford a car. You gotta go someplace. And you're waiting there for the bus. And it's trash day. And they haven't come and picked it up yet. And you get to sit there waiting for your bus. And you got nothing better to look at but the trash. And you can smell the penetrating scent of that trash. And you can see the flies. And you just look at it. And you really get to know what it looks like. And you're there. And it's you and the trash. And you're just really getting to know the trash. That is my review of episode 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thank you very much. But seriously, folks, welcome in to Voice of the Fat Mantis. Before I get into actual more details and break down that nonsense I was just going on about, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Voice of the Fat Mantis. Always appreciate everything you got from me, especially the comments. I love it when you guys comment. This is the second half of Obi-Wan, and it's make or break. Some stories tend to be backloaded. Like sometimes you have a very boring beginning to a movie or a saga or a series, but then it gets better. And so far, it has been a very bland experience from Obi-Wan. No real original stories or ideas are coming out. Nothing new is being added to the mythology. Today was the episode which would make or break you. You're either going to show that the story has what it takes, or you don't. And quite frankly, guys, I do not believe that it lived up to it. It is the blandest show I've ever had the experience to make. They don't make choices in the stories of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It just sort of is there. Nothing daring or new is happening. There are Inquisitors. He has to save Leia. We always have to save Leia. She's always being kidnapped. And Obi-Wan's a drunk who lives on Tatooine. As a matter of fact, they do not hammer home that he's a drunk. Even that choice would have been a choice to make, but they just refuse to do anything. Nothing really dynamic is happening there. Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of the most important characters in Star Wars, and therefore he has a million plot threads that he could be unraveling. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make another video about all the plots that should have been used in the storytelling of this saga. So what do we have here? Basically a story that is nothing really is going on. And I will tell you there are some good parts. There's two major things that I liked. One, I liked his sneakiness when he was finally getting all rambunctious and fighty. And I like that it drove home that he's a Jedi Sentinel. Now this is for you RPG and video game enthusiasts. I believe that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a Sentinel. A lot of people think he's a Guardian. People are like, he's a warrior. He fights. Sentinels are ones who use deception and sneaky tactics to achieve what they want, such as lockpicking skills, sneaking around. They're pseudo-assassins, because remember, Jedis don't assassinate, but they do things like that, and he very much ninja'd people. He's coming out of the darkness, chopping stormtroopers in half, behind them, doing these stealth kills. Remember, in all of the prequel movies, Obi-Wan Kenobi is sneaking around, using mind tricks to distract guards, and rather than do full contact, he keeps the ninja skills going. I really enjoyed seeing that. That was pretty cool. And the other thing that I gotta say is I enjoyed the Tomb of the Jedi. At the bottom of Fortress Inquisitus, they have actually kept the Jedi in an amber-like substance. And there were a few Jedi that you can tell. I bet all of them are a reference to something. But like I remember that nice beaked Jedi who helped Ahsoka get her lightsaber back. That poor old guy was in there. One of the younglings that Anakin had slayed. And so on and so forth. And I thought it was a cool, creepy science fiction version of something that's morbid. Like look how twisted these Inquisitors are. I enjoyed that. Everything else, it was just sort of there. He heals up in the back to tank. We don't get full, clear looks at Hayden Christensen, which I don't even know why they hired him back. If he's in the suit or he's doing whatever, we haven't seen him. And he meets up with some more rebels, which is, as usual, like the rest of this series, is a complete waste of talent. We've got O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Maya Erskine of Pen 15 fame, both playing characters that are completely insignificant. They're just regular rebels that they're like, yo man, we don't like the Empire. At the end, there was actually this whole thing where like one of the pilots dies and they're like, Wade, oh, Wade didn't make it back, and they make it all sad. Who was Wade? I think I knew Wade for 5 minutes before they killed him. I cannot mourn a character that has such little development or additions to this story. It's ridiculous. If Tala had died, that would have been the thing. We'd have been like, Tala, no. Some rando named Wade? Yeah, whatever, bro. And I gotta say, we're getting too much into the child babysitting storylines. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've got Mandalorian and Bad Batch, and all of them are stories about watching and babysitting kids around the galaxy. It's absurd. It's the fact that they're recycling this plot. Leia comes in strong in this episode, so strong that I just kind of want it to end. I want the baby, like they literally are like, let's scare the people, let's have them interrogate a 10-year-old. And quite frankly, Moses Ingram, I'm sorry you're receiving all this trouble out there in the Star Wars world, but you are not bringing it. You're not believably a bad guy. I don't think you like science fiction, which is why you're not really placing yourself into the role. For an example, I will prove to you right now that she's no. We can compare this scene where she interrogates Leia to another scene that happened recently in a very similar manner. I want you to compare Moses Ingram's Reva interrogating Leia versus Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon interrogating Baby Yoda. He literally, Giancarlo, had to play off of a puppet, not even a real child, and he is intimidating as hell. I was truly scared of him. I really thought he was going to drive the Darksaber through Baby Yoda's, man. It was crazy. Meanwhile, this woman is not even believably bringing fear to Leia. And of course they want to, ham up Leia. They're like, she's such a great heroine. And she's like, you don't scare me. I did not sign on for a child crusade story. I don't know why Leia has so much screen time, but I am not enjoying it. I want it to end at this point. But I'm telling you right now, clearly Giancarlo Esposito, another person of color, so this isn't a race thing, it brought a better scene to it. This entire production of Obi-Wan is incredibly childish. The action scenes are low energy. The plot line is non-existent. They don't actually pull on any threads of Obi-Wan's life. And ultimately, it is an unsatisfying experience. And unfortunately, it's getting to the point where I may have to cancel my Disney Plus. I know you guys are like, what? Well, why are you doing that? It's not this failure. It's all the failure. And so they bought Star Wars, and they've brought very little to the table. They brought Rogue One to the table, and they brought The Mandalorian, who's excellently. Even the episodes of Boba Fett that were just The Mandalorian were the best episodes of that entire series. I'm tired of seeing subpar things. It's happening with the watering down of the Marvel Cinematic Universe through their shows. And now we're seeing low-quality Star Wars. And you know what? Maybe it's time for me to hang up my Star Wars boots and just think of the prequels and the original trilogy and leave it at that. Maybe the age of Star Wars is over. Or maybe they could hire someone more capable. In order to gross you guys out and keep it real, I gotta say, this is fueling me to have the desire to take a dump on Kathleen Kennedy's desk. I would like nothing more than that. Now, it might not be Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe she's not the one causing all these Star Wars problems. But someone has to pay, and someone's death needs to be shat on. So, that's all I'm saying. But there you go. There you have my review of Episode 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, only on Disney+. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Am I being too harsh? Am I taking this too seriously? Am I just an old man who's scared of the future of Star Wars? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis for more reviews, hot takes, Star Wars analysis, and all the sci-fi and nerd news that's fit to print. Until next time, ciao for now.